My name's Helen Turner and I study French and English literature. I'm in my 4th year at the University of Reading and I just came back from my year abroad in France. I was living and working in Dunkirk as a primary school assistant, teaching them English. And I also worked in the inspection centre in Dunkirk where I worked with the Amatrice de Langue to provide resources for teachers in the surrounding areas. The most notable thing that improved during my year abroad was my French language skills, but something else that I've really enjoyed was the improvement of my understanding of different cultures, not just French culture, but German culture, Spanish culture, Mexican culture and Danish culture, because the assistants in France are from all different types of the world and they have very different backgrounds, and you're all thrown together and you're able to learn about their cultures. Your year abroad is completely different to moving to university, because although you move to university and you don't know anybody and you have to make new friends, you still have your connections from home because you're still in England. When you move abroad, there's just nobody there, and that helped me gain a lot of independence through budgeting and making new friends, having to deal with problems completely on my own, and in another language that is quite difficult, such as opening a bank account, applying for CAF, which is a type of benefit that you can get from the government to give you money back on your rent if you're a student. And things like that were just really difficult, but I really enjoyed the challenge of having to do it all by myself and not having any help. I wasn't very worried about moving abroad because of the amount of support you get from the department in the university. You're given a handbook with all the information for the entire year in it regarding like university courses and things. And in addition to that, you have preparation lectures before you go, individually with your tutor and as a whole, like all the students from the French department or language department. As well as that, you have contact with the department throughout the whole year via email, and I know that it is possible to also call them if it's an emergency and you need help, but I never had to do that, so that wasn't an issue. I knew I could if I wanted to though. So I have some tips for if you're going on your year abroad. I would say to be completely open-minded, otherwise you won't fully embrace the culture, and that is what you're there to do. If you don't embrace the culture, you're not really going to be able to embrace the language. Also, just try anything that you can. Anything you want to do on your year abroad, do it, because you don't want to look back and think you missed out on an experience, because you're never going to be able to live abroad like that again. And I'd say to make friends with as many local people as you can, because that'll improve your language, but also then you'll have connections to France and you can go back and visit. And so I made friends with someone in Dunkirk that's actually from Provence, and next summer I'm going out to visit her in her home, and she lives right on the beach, so that's like a free holiday for me, which will be fun. And yeah, just make the most of your time abroad. Don't look back with regret.